You are recording. Are you recording now?
Right, I've just clicked on start recording.
Right. Okay. Well, yes, I was telling you that I would like to make the scene for my Oscar Wilde project,
Okay.
and I have chosen a flat terrain, and I have chosen some roads
hmm
because these round roads, I would like some buildings to stand in. The first building will be the museum,
hmm
and I'm choosing, well, the time it should be time setting. I'm going to choose a time setting here. It should be this one. Water level, well, I don't need water yet, so let me continue. What can I put in there as well? um the weather, well, I would like it to be, hmm let's say it's going to be a little bit snowy, um, in some places. So I will put snow in there.
All right, I can see it's snowing in the distance.
Okay. So then I would like, so I will try to put flowers everywhere.
hmm
There, different kinds of flowers.
Hey,
There.
Annabelle, I have a question. Do you
Yes.
know how I can specify the camera? I mean, I know this is an option somewhere that attaches the sound sensor, if I may use that word. Um, Because what's happening right now, it's like when I'm coming out and look at the building and at the snow, then I am losing, your audio connection. That's because the audio source is attached to the camera. I remember there was an option where you could actually, just separate those two. I'm trying to find it. I've got like this voice um, all the parameters. Okay. All right. I got it.
You
So,
found it.
yeah, instead of
Okay.
hear voice from camera position, I should enable hear voice from avatar position. Okay. So that's going to help me because then as you place things on this board, I can still hear you. I should be able to hear you when I zoom out and point at the various things that you are putting in there.
Okay.
Yeah, works.
So I would like some trees here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
And I see that the randomization button is on already. So I see some difference between the different trees. Yep.
so I like different plants, and I'm going to use, I think, all the trees,
hmm
but in different sections.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I'm going to use everything. Maybe these rocks, I want different kinds of well, scenery.
hmm
So another rock, and this is quite a big rock. I'm going to put it over there. So later I'm going to try to make some gardens.
Yeah.
Now I will try here. Well, at the end of this adventure,
hmm
students should have some fun.
hmm
So I will going to put some nice park here, and they should have some possibility to have a party there. when they finish everything.
Okay.
And okay,
Well,
this is
okay.
different.
Right. I'm just trying to see. Oh, okay. The fireworks objects. Yeah. I see the particles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to see what is in here. Oh, that's what I am. Okay, events, empty. Well, I remember I could choose more so, okay, I'm looking for a special. You had a kind of park with lots of trees and water.
Ah, I remember that. But I actually removed it just to simplify the interface.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Well, never mind.
yeah.
I will use something like this. I would like some water.
Oh, you've got
Uh,
the mountain.
oh, I put it. Yeah, I put it in there, but it's not on the board. Isn't that
Yes,
interesting?
that's interesting, and I'll tell you why. Because if we had like the big icon for the mountain on the board,
Yeah.
that would cover the menu. So that's why this big surrounding off region construct, which is the mountains, does not have like an iconic representation. We keep it small, and it's automatically centered because it needs to be all around the place. That saves a number of clicks. If you want small individual mountains, you can always pick, the last object in the first row, and then you can add mountains individually. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so
Like
that's
these rocks.
yeah,
Huh?
like the in the first row, there is the last one is actually one mountain that you can play with. You can change the size, etc.
That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to put this, which is a bit too big.
Yeah, so
So
yeah,
I'll
just make
make
it.
it smaller.
Mhm.
Maybe like this.
Okay,
Maybe I want it there.
right.
Right, because I would like some water. So what I need to do now is with the water level, right?
Yeah. Just try
So
something like 28 or something that should work.
uh,
Yeah. So the water level has gone up.
risen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh
and you
huh. But
and I'm zooming on it, and I can see you can actually increase the level quite a bit. Maybe even I suggest maybe 30 or something like that, 32.
oh, I did. Okay. Let me get rid of so many things that I have to remove.
Hmm.
I have to remove this because I made a mistake. Okay, so I click on the water again and I make maybe 35.
Yeah, yeah. So this is you can see the edge of the terrain of the mesh terrain, and it's quite clean. It's quite interesting. Ah, the one thing which happens though when I when you
Mhm.
increase the water level, I'm looking at the mountains and the trees for the off region sections. Yeah, they're actually submerged. So maybe we need to go back and lower the water level again. That's interesting.
Right.
Yeah. So that at
So
least,
maybe
yeah, maybe back to 20. Yeah,
I put 29 now. So let's see.
yeah, it's
Eh,
it's still
Still,
submerged. Yeah, maybe
still high.
right.
Okay, I'll make 25.
Mm-hmm. 25 seems okay. I think that in the in I need to maybe just to refine that object and make sure it's more friendly with respect to the water levels.
Mm-hmm.
That could help. And if you come in and look at the terrain that you added, that little mound at the bottom right corner of the board, you'll find that there's actually a shadow under it. That's because the it's it's like kind of overshooting the base terrain. So you probably need to make it a bit
Yes.
smaller and
So I'll have to make it smaller.
or push it inward a little bit. Just keep in mind, even if you want to do this manually, like right click and do it through the editor, it will still work. So you're not like constrained to use select and move. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now, okay. But do you see the same as me? On my Space Navigator.
Mhm.
The roads seem to be floating in the air.
No, they're actually flush with the terrain. They are straight on top of the
Okay.
train, and it could be that. Do you know what's your draw distance? Mine is set at 1024.
I don't know. No, not here. But okay, 1024. I will.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put it that there. Okay. So,
So,
well, I would like to use now some shapes
mhm,
and well, just for the people to know where they are so that they don't get lost.
right.
Planning to put some shapes around, and because it's going to be quite a big
Hmm.
thing to visit, so they should know, they should have a look at these shapes and see, okay, I'm here, I'm there.
Right. Right.
Okay. Well, what I really need now is, some other buildings or little houses or something where I have to put my scenes. There are going to be scenes outside as well,
Hmm.
for people to sit down and work out
Okay.
what they have seen. They will have to solve some tasks. So whenever they go and visit one building,
Right.
they will go out and sit there together and work out some problem, and then they can continue with the next building.
Sure.
So that is what I want. Yes, and more. Well, there are not that many buildings now, and I don't really need such big buildings. I mean, one building for the museum.
I
um,
understand.
the others I would like to do with, with these resting one scene and then resting the next scene. So I don't
Sure.
really need big buildings for that.
Well, we can have houses like smaller houses. We can work on that. We already have one house that's already a malleable link set object. It's already an ML object. I could add it in here, um,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be another option. I removed the other buildings because they were a bit too grim, for emergency preparedness and things like that. And so, as I'm recording, I'm getting good enough images. I'm still thinking about how to make things like brighter, like how to do that. I'll show you. I'll upload the videos so that you get a sense of the quality of the sound and the graphics, etc. So I think that we've covered pretty much two things that I wanted to see. One is the recording of the sound and the capture at the same time, because I used to have a lot of problems with this, especially not being able to talk with you in world and have the recording happen at the same time. So at least it seems to be working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording and then upload it on YouTube, and then you can actually have a look, and
Okay,
that would be a good test. Okay.
good.
All right. So I see what you were saying with the cube and the disk and the things as landmarks to help your students navigate. So
Yes,
that's
yeah.
an interesting idea. Okay, so for now, let me stop the recording and I'm going to start uploading it on YouTube.
Okay.
All right.